Hello, Star Lovelies. It's a great time to be a soul. Today we're talking about Happy November 2024 forecast. Here we are at the end of the year. It just doesn't seem possible that we're in our 11th month of this year of 2024. This is all about dreams becoming real. So seeds you've planted at the beginning of the year are coming to fruition now. And so we start out the month with this massive magical energy, not just because it's the new season of potential and not that just because in the Wiccan calendar it's the new month of the year, but because this new moon energy has such incredible power. The new moon happens to be on the 1st. The full moon is on the 15th. And so for these energies, we are looking at very much that scorpionic, gorgeous power of being able to go deep, deep, deep into your intuitive magic, like the way that you know is so natural to you. You know, when someone talks about authenticity, it's like, what does that really mean intellectually? But then when you're in it and you're so in the flow and things feel so incredibly fulfilling and you are not drained, you are not exhausted, you are not worried, you're not, doubting, you're not confused, you then realize like, oh, this is how I'm authentically showing up for myself because I am being so true to me and I'm able to do that regardless of what's going on around me or regardless of what the situation is. That's what this month is all about. There is tremendous growth in November. We have the ability to use this beautiful watery energy that we've got going on with that new moon initiation that has like magic inside of it. And we get to propel ourselves through the month and until we get to the end of the month, which we start getting really confused and really kind of sped up and spun out. And we can't really blame the sun in Sagittarius. Well, I don't even know if we can really blame Mercury retrograde, which starts on the 25th, but kind of, sort of, because Mercury is going to be very twitty, yes. But there's also this fiery martial energy that's moving in the month. We've got Pluto moving into Aquarius for 20 years, that third week. We've got Venus that same week moving into Capricorn, and she gets super bossy. Yeah, we've got some bossy, nudgy, very shifting energy at the end of the month. So let's talk about the beginning for a few minutes, right? Like, let's stay in this beautiful magic and like that yum of that forward motion, but that deep, deep, deep connection with ourselves, with the universal energy, with our masculine strengths, with other people, with our businesses. If you're using this month to set strategy for yourself, at the beginning of the month, it's going to be much better to do it than the end of the month. If you're using this month to really get ahead, quote unquote, on the holidays or to get ahead on creating a really great, strong pipeline or a baseline for your business for the next year, excellent. Its first 2 weeks of the month are the best time to do that. Yay. We do have this propulsion, as I was saying. But it doesn't feel like super speedy, but it does feel in the flow. Those people that are serious, you're going to find that out. You're going to find out who's not serious. So you might look and say, wow, 10 people dropped off my pipeline, or 10% of the people dropped off my pipeline. That's actually a really good thing because it's going to give you the space to be connected with the right people. So this is about that synchronized alignment. This is about that true connection. This is about that you operating the way you're supposed to be operating. Don't love the word supposed to, but that's the energy. Really enjoy it. Like I said, the first 2 weeks of the month are great for you both personally and professionally. And when I say great, I mean that there's support. There are opportunities that are created. There is, kind of like that, like I said before, that propulsion. Now, if you're not feeling like you're aligned, if you're not feeling comfortable with the direction that you're going, you will be getting that really huge message at the very, very beginning of the month. And I had said that at the beginning of the year. I had said with that Mars and Pluto action together, all year long. It's such a new energy for us because Pluto's just barely in Aquarius for most of the year and then not in the end of Capricorn for some of it. It's been confusing because of that. But I was saying in the spring, we will know on November 3rd whether you're going in the right direction or not. And how will we know that? We will know because I just said, like, you are getting that beautiful propulsion. You're getting invitations for opportunities. When you're seeking support, it's showing up. Things just happen to be occurring and you're like, holy crap, I didn't even think I could be this lucky that they're happening. This is what I've wished for. This is what, they don't have to be huge, but they can be huge, but they don't have to be. You'll just know because it will just feel really, really like you're in the groove. And when you're not, you're going to know it because this is very deep, rich energy. And so you are going to feel like, holy crap, I just got a massive course correction. Oh no, am I doing the right thing? How should I be doing something? And you're going to just be kind of not really tumbling because that's not the energy. It's not so fast moving that you're going to be kind of like ricocheting all over the place, but it is jarring enough. Uranus comes in, especially in the middle of the month, and he's like literally knocking you off your center. Even if you're in the flow, he's knocking you off your center. But if you're in the flow, the knock is going to be like a 10-degree knock. It's not going to be a huge one. It's going to be like a new perspective. You're going to be, this is why my company's called Kaleidoscope. You're just going to be able to shift that little picture and you're going to be like, holy crap, I didn't think it was looking like this. This is awesome sauce. If you're not going in the right direction and your soul is like literally sending you messages like, hey, warning sign, hey, warning sign, hey, warning sign, your soul's going to start screaming at you because we're not able to continue as each month goes on by being out of alignment with what our true purpose is. Like, it's pretty soon, in a handful of years, it's going to be impossible. So it's going to be great because we'll be readjusting and recalibrating and realigning. But if you're really far off the path, it's not going to be great because it's going to be like knocking you out at the knees and saying, this, no mas, like, we're not doing this anymore. Like, you are going to stop doing this. And if you don't make that choice, I'm going to make it for you. So nothing to be afraid of. It's just either you're making those adjustments and you're doing those things and you're, getting more, winnowed into the right lane. Or you get kind of, your lane is over on aisle 1 and you really need to be on aisle 25. You're going to get a big swoop. You'll find that out throughout this month. This month will be one of massive adjustment or will be one of fine tuning. So there's growth there, though. Like, there's tremendous healing there. The magical support that came in with Snake, and think about that shedding of the skin and, coming up and being reborn. Selenite for the crystal is really incredibly supportive, like so healing, so filled with release, so incredibly nourishing, nurturing, like really wonderful, incredibly connecting for your intuition. The ginseng, which is a flower essence, is helping you to move into belief and trust in yourself. The oracle card is growth, and it's a 36, so it's a 9, so it's that wholeness. There's that culmination energy. That new moon in the beginning on November 1st is just filled with so much magic. I have a separate podcast episode on that, as you know, and the ritual that came in was so incredibly healing. It was so yummy. I will tell you, set yourself up at the beginning of the month because the full moon, Uranus is involved. So Uranus comes along and he's like Mr. Lightning Bolt. Like literally, think of like a big dude walking beside you and he has a lightning bolt and he just goes with his lightning bolt sword. That's what happens. If you are carrying your own lightning bolt sword, great. You can have like a little duel and that will be fine, right? But if you don't, you only have your sword when you're on the right path, right? If you don't, you're going to be like, great, I am just completely out of alignment. I got to completely redirect myself. Might as well do it now because it's going to be way easier to do it now than it will be in 2025. And you all, if you've been following me for a while, have heard that. The last time I was doing this repeat mode was in 2019. When I was saying to everybody, it's going to be much easier to do this in 2019 than it will be to do in 2020. So take my word for it. We have 2 more months of this year. Let's really get ourselves situated and sorted so that we can ride that fiery storm of 2025. And it doesn't stop there, but we're not going to go into that because we are getting ourselves really grounded and footed here. So let's look at those intuitive success signature monthly forecast tips. If you haven't taken that 12-question quiz yet, go to your starmaptosuccess.com, answer the 12 questions. You will get one of these signatures. I'm going to mention all of them now with their tips. And that measures how you're entering into the world. Like, if you do it through your thoughts, so you do it through your connections, or you do it through your actions. So think about it. It's either, what you know or who you know, or just a response, either you react or respond. So this is measuring that for you. So for you, wise strategists, you are entering the world through your thoughts. And so I'm going to be talking about things that are related to that. So this is where this month you can shed negative talk. Yay. Go ahead, do that new moon ritual or however you have beautiful supportive tools to help you, because you are going to want to be setting your strategy and making your plans, and you want that gorgeous linear focus. But if you are questioning things and you are doubting things, you are going to be limiting your growth potential. So a great way to be able to negotiate and navigate with these energies is to recognize the potential, because that's usually where you kind of limit yourself. Now, for the intuitive visionary, you also enter the world through your thoughts. So you're going to be distracted. Even though this rich, watery energy, there are going to be lots of ideas because it's a creation energy too. So you're going to be like, ooh, epiphany, ooh, epiphany, ooh, epiphany. So you can have those shiny objects like kind of just get you distracted, but please don't. Like, remember that what you're doing and who you are enough. And so you don't have to keep going and extending yourself, because you tend to overextend. So when you are aligned with the gifts and the ideas that are yours, that's your true path forward. So for you, ask every single idea that comes, is this mine? And you'll start feeling like it will start getting like, yeah, and it's kind of chasing you around. It should be fitting in with the things that you're already doing. This is not the time of those big, broad, sweeping changes unless you're completely out of alignment. And if that's the case, you're going to want to still stir it for a while. Use this water energy to ask it like, is it really mine? How will it come in? And if it's in alignment with you, you'll be in synchronicity and things will be happening for you in a positive way. Collaborative explorer, you have taken on responsibilities that aren't yours. You tend to be a gap filler. You enter the world through connections. So you have that antenna. So you're like, oh, gee, this team is doing this over here. This team is doing that over here. This is what I should, quote unquote, should be doing. Unless it's for your further growth, unless it really fills you and really helps you stay on your own path, it's not yours. So allow yourself to say no and use these energies to release. Okay, ruling warrior. It's time to dive into your emotions. This is not your favorite. You've had other months that have been really, really good. This is not one of them, but it is really beneficial to you when you allow yourself to free up your time, to like get rid of some transactions that really are not in your space or shouldn't be in your space any longer. And once you get that freedom, then you're like, oh, great, now I can breathe and think, growth. If you're in a growth cycle, think scalability if you're in a scalability cycle. Creative superstar, focus on one message. Really, you don't love to do this. You love to have lots of different things spinning. But when you focus on one message, you're going to be aligning with that watery depth of the energy. And you are going to be really getting people to come closer to you and closer to the buy. For you, loving alchemist, you know what? Simplicity is really good. Like, this powerful energy has your name all over it, which is wonderful. However, you can make things really complex. So ask yourself how you can simplify things. So when you're looking at something, it's a great time for you to review. So when you're looking at something and you're thinking, okay, this is how people buy products from me. This is how people come into my world. This is how people, find me. This is how I onboard people, whatever the case may be. Remove like 3 of the steps for each one of those things, because you do have a tendency to hide, and it's not intentional. It's just not. It's just you're so powerful. And you can just handle so much energy that other people might find it to be too much. And a lot of times it's just, there's just too many steps with it. It's not like your solution is too much. It's just that, you're looking for like a connection at such a deep level that other people miss it. And we don't want that, because you've created your own stage. And so we want people to be able to see you. So November is a beautiful month for growth. And I'm using that particularly, right? Because growth doesn't have to be about success in your business. Growth can be about healing. Growth can be for love. Growth can be for self-care and for joy and for finding the pleasures of daily life. So that's what I mean when I'm saying growth, because I'm talking about this month is like a culmination of your dreams coming alive. And that feels luscious. So happy November. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for more ways to use the stars strategically to align with your soul purpose, reclaim your power, and increase your prosperity. Please rate and review your favorite episodes, and remember to check out my website at kimwoods.com for my latest forecasts, articles, and offerings. To find out your intuitive success signature, take my 12-question Do You Know, Like, and Trust Yourself quiz and find out how you're living your stars at yourstarmaptosuccess.com. I've so enjoyed our time together, as it's filled with the power of the stars plus strategy to clear the pathway to your success. Until next time, happy soul tidings.